Suku Bobby Kubagio. Inane. Anuabola Kubagio. Inane. Ugota Kubagio. Okay. Inane. Beko Biatula Pagi. Onagogi. Inane.
Now this video is about the shock absorbers for PSA vehicles, most especially the Peugeot brand. Now, if you are buying or changing your shock absorbers, both the front and the rear, this is my advice. If you are not buying the new ones, you're supposed, if you are buying new ones, you're supposed to go with part number, or they don't come with the spring, especially if it's not the rear V6 one, like the 407 V6. So if you are buying second hand, used one, Tokupo, falling used, call it whatever name you want to call it. Even if you buy a complete with the spring, remove that spring, remove it and put back your old one. Yes, remove that spring, put back the old one. As long as the one on the current one, or the one you are changing from your vehicle, is still in good condition, remove it and put back. Remove the. Then what you do is, when you buy the shock absorber, you remove your old shock absorber. Of course, you come out with the spring. Then detach the spring. Remove the spring. There are people that specialize in doing that. They have a special tool for it. They will remove the spring, remove the old shock absorber. We bring the new, the second-hand shock absorber you bought, that will still be with the spring. They will also remove that spring. Then you now put the spring of the old one on the second-hand shock absorber you bought, and they will tighten it back. If I here in Nigeria, it will take less than maybe like 10-15 minutes to do this, and they will charge you very little amount, between 500 to 1,000, at most 2,000. I'm not even sure you get to that 2,000, depending, you know. So the reason why I'm saying this is I've even made that mistake once in my Peugeot 406 V6. Just because the shock absorber is for your Peugeot model does not mean it actually match your vehicle. For example, just because it's Peugeot 406 or Peugeot 407, it does not mean all shock absorbers for Peugeot 406 are the same. Well, not necessarily the shock absorber now. I'm talking about the spring attached on the shock absorber. I will give you an instance. I've talked about the Peugeot 406 before, but now I want to talk about other models. For example, Peugeot 407. Apart from V6, apart from EW12, all the front shock absorbers are the same. The shock absorber itself, I'm not talking about the complete with the spring and everything. The shock absorber itself is the same with the EW10J4, EW10A, EW10, EW7A, EW7J4. However, the springs are not the same. Even though it's the same shock absorber, but the spring of the manual 407 with EW10J4 is not the same with the one attached automatic. Same thing with the same one. Even the manual EW10A is not the same spring on EW10J4. Same thing is not the same with EW7J4, EW7A. Automatic have their own spring. EW12J4, yes, too. You look at it, even the shock absorber looks a little bit different. They are not the same part number, but at least the front springs, they are not the same. So even if you can't tell the difference between the front, because I know the EW12, especially for the manual ones, their own is called heavy duty. So it's heavy duty front shock absorbers. Their springs are no, I'm talking about the spring now, not the shock absorbers. In case I'm mistaken. The springs are different from that of EW10J4 mounted on 407, even whether manual or automatic. Now let's come to V6. Of course, all the saloon and station wagon, they are all automatic, right? Then you come to the coupe, 407 coupe. The front shock absorber of the 407 coupe V6 manual is different from that of 407 V6 saloon automatic. Not the same. I'm not even talking about spring now. I'm talking about even the shock absorber itself. All the coupe, their shock absorbers are different. Likewise, their springs are different. Their shock absorber springs are different. Even the rear spring, even the rear shock absorber of 407 V6 coupe and 407 V6 saloon, they are also not the same. But for other Peugeot 407, whether EW10J4, EW12, EW10, whatever it is, all the rear shock absorbers are the same. Even the EW12J4, as long as it's not V6, the rear shock absorbers, they are the same. The same thing with the spring. All their springs are the same, but the front one differs. So you have to understand all this. Once you tamper it, it may affect the stability of the car or reduce the ground clearance of the car. So if you don't want that, because if you like the way your car is, if you are sure that the front spring on that shock absorber in your car is still factory, that they've not been replaced since brand new, and probably you are the first person replacing, or that you like the level, you've driven the car for some time, you like the handling, and you like the ground clearance of the car, how high or how low the car is. If you are changing the shock absorber, just discuss with your mechanic. He will know, he will understand what I mean. There are people that detaches the spring, put another. In fact, another advantage of doing that is when you buy a second-hand shock absorbers, because they come with the spring attached. There is no way to actually know if the shock absorber is good or not. You can't tell until you mount it on the vehicle and drive the car. So, but when you remove the spring, right there, once you remove that spring, right there, you know if the shock absorber is good or not. So, if it's not good, you even have to waste your time, using the car to know if it will work or not. You return it immediately. So that's an advantage of removing it. And like I said, it won't even cost you how much, maybe like one shock absorber to remove the spring and put another one. They may charge you like 1,000 less or a little bit more, So that's my advice. Don't ever. I made that mistake once, and because of that, I lost the original spring the car was produced with, which gave it the normal. It took me another set of second-hand shock absorbers for me to now got at least the one that looks as if it's the same original height the car came with. It's possible I didn't get it, but I had to live with it. For now, at least it's okay. But I could tell that first time I bought it, as in I love the height. Very, very low. And honestly, it was a big mistake. But I returned the rear one because I also changed the rear shock absorber. Mistakenly, I went ahead and changed the spring. But I returned and put back the rear springs. So don't make the mistake I made. Especially for people like that drive V6, E12. If you go and buy the shock absorber they remove from the same model of your car with a smaller engine, trust me, that car will stay on the ground. It will, in fact, any small thing will be hitting the vehicle. It doesn't matter how good the shock absorber is, because the springs, they are made based on the engines. So the ones that can carry the engine, or the one that can give the car the kind of performance. Maybe if it's softer or it's harder or firmer. Like I said, E12, most of them have the one they call heavy duty. They have the normal type which you can use. They also have the one they call heavy duty. So you don't just assume that because they say the shock is for 407. As long as it's not VC, it will work. No, it will not work. Just remove it. Use the opportunity to confirm if the shock absorber is good or not. You just take a minute to confirm. Once the spring is out, if it's good, you put back your old spring on it. They will tighten it back. That's all. Okay, I hope this video makes sense. That's all for you guys now.